Zakiala, something that you said about the church, where your father was taken advantage of, or something to that effect, or something about that's when you realized you couldn't rely on the church. But one key thing that you mentioned, you said,
I get a call probably about another half hour later from all the apostles, Tazadakia, Rawbon, Shar, Arya, and they proceeded to shoot me out because I hadn't planned effectively my father's funeral, even though I was still planning it. I was told at that point, we're going to give you the money, but you need to make sure everything is planned from here on out properly. And I realized from that moment that I could not rely on the church for anything, and that was it.
Chief Priestess Outline. You said Chief Priestess Outline called you back and said, we're going to give you the money, but you got to make sure all these plans is correct. You got checked for poor planning. You received the money. The church paid for the funeral. If the church paid for the funeral, what the hell are you talking about? The fact that you got checked about it? Right. You not making no sense. And then you want to talk about how you was removed from dealing with the business.
So you know what? I got to figure out how to bury my father. Shortly after that, I got a phone call from Chief Priestess Daniela that said, since I was in the finance department, I handled most of the money that came into Philadelphia. I was told that you can no longer handle any finances in the church. This is right after my father died. Right after. My father's sitting in the other room. He was sitting in the other room and he's dead. I'm talking about handling finances.
You know why you was removed. I was in that council. You got removed because you was touching sisters' hands and caressing sisters. And my wife caught you, reported you, and you got busted and removed.
I don't know what the hell these guys is doing, man.
And you admitted yourself that you caressed and touched 5 sisters.
What is wrong?
In the council. My wife can attest to it, and I can attest to it. 2 witnesses.
I was a witness in that case with Chief Priest Shada Barium, Summons, and Kazaki Allah. Yes, he did confess in the council after being brought up on charges that he was touching sisters. He was trying to play it off like he was being a friend, but that was a la'ah. Okay? What was said was, even in the courtship rule, it says that brothers and sisters ain't supposed to be holding hands. Who is he to be touching brothers' wives and touching this and touching sisters? He was never supposed to be doing that, and he got removed. Yes, that's exactly what happened. I was there.
And the Holy Ghost and Comforter had to bust you and remove you because you was wicked.
Yeah, y'all guys are stupid, man. Like, how can you be this stupid to bring? Then you had a nerve to bring up these issues that is actually known.
Let's talk about those issues. All these issues that the wickedness that you had when you was in here. Let's talk about those issues that you had to be put out for and busted for.
Let me show you how fake you are.
Like my other brothers, when I left the church, I waited for the shoe to drop. I waited to be judged. I waited for the judgment of God to come. Hasn't come. But when I had my baby girl Glory, I realized I cannot raise her this. I can't raise her in this. I can't.
If you really believe that this wasn't the right place when you got put out, why did you come to request to be let back in? Why not just stay out? Why come back to council and request to return to the church? It don't make sense. You already out. That's where you wanted to be. And then there's something that you guys said that the Lord has something right for that. Can you get Ecclesiastes for me? The 8th chapter. one of the things that he said, and stop bringing up your brother, talking about you got your brother to do this policy. Your brother's on crack, man.
Pretty much.
He's always been on crack. Even when he's running around, he's going on damn Judge Judy shows or whatever that damn show is.
You say it's because of his religion and that it's ruining everything. Why don't you explain to me what that problem is?
Your Honor, never in my life would I think that I would see and witness a black cult. They believe that they are the original true Jews.
Where are you from?
Philadelphia. City of brotherly love, John.
Okay.
Like your brother ain't never been in here serious. Never. He ain't never studied nothing. He always been in and out. Everybody but your father was dishonorable.
Dishonor.
And left the truth for some madness. Hey, y'all guys is ridiculous, man. Read Ecclesiastes 8 and verse 11.
Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily.
You had a nerve. Y'all niggas is that stupid to talk about I was out here and I was just waiting for the judgment of God to come. And it never came. Yet. Because what does the Lord say? Read it one more time.
Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily.
Because God don't get you right away all the time. Read on.
Therefore, the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil.
To do what?
Evil.
See, that's why you real bold right now in your madness. Oh, I ain't get judged? We ain't get judged yet?
Right.
The judgment of God didn't come yet? Let's make some more videos. Justice League, go! You niggas is stupid, man. What the hell is this? Y'all didn't know, y'all don't know that that's what the Lord says? Read on.
Though a sinner do evil 100
I
times,
can make 99 more videos. Read on.
and his days be prolonged,
Read on.
yet surely I know that it shall be well with them that fear God.
See, the only people that is going to go well with is people that actually fear God. See, the fear of God would not even allow you to make that statement.
That's right.
What person that fears God would say, I kept waiting for God to judge me
Right.
and nothing came?
Right.
You sound like an Edomite.
Somebody that don't believe in God will say that.
Right. Is that it on that?
Lie.
Read on.
Which fared before him.
Go ahead.
But it should not be well with the
It
wicked.
shall not be well with who?
The wicked.
Yeah, the foot ain't dropped. Listen, the judgment ain't come yet. Is the key word. Yet. Is that it?
Lie.
Read on.
Neither shall he prolong his days, which are as a shadow, because he feareth not before God.
Listen, idiot, even if you live to see 50, 60 years old, the Lord tell you you're not going to be forgiven in this world or the world to come. What is 60, 70 years in comparison to eternity? That's something that you niggas will never get. You're going into the lake of fire. The place where the Lord will extinguish your souls. You will cease to exist. One of the lies that fat kid told was that when he gave his little speech about, his little segment about his father. His father was a chief priest in the nation of Israel, and there's a lot of stuff that we're not really going to touch on because, again, his father was a chief priest, and he deserves that respect because his father would have never sided with none of this crap that he's doing right now.
Never.
But one of the things that he said was, in his account of what he say happened, when he spoke to the Holy God and Comforter about who was going to do his funeral, he said the Holy God and Comforter told him something about he was too busy to do the funeral or whatever, something to that effect.
Oh, don't let me forget that when it came time to do my father's funeral, I asked him. He asked me, so who's going to do the funeral? And I said, well, since he was one of the chief priests, I figured that you do the funeral, sir, talking to Jermaine. And he proceeded to tell me, brother, I got things to do. I'm too busy to do that. too busy to perform a funeral for a chief priest. For you to tell me you're not going to do his funeral was a slap in the face, especially after I found out you did one of the Rory's kids' funerals and he wasn't even a member of the church.
But then he came back and said the thing that hurt him most is that the Holy Gods and Comforter did one of the Rory's siblings' funeral, and he wasn't even in the church. That is a bold-faced, that's a damn lie. One, it's two things that's a lie about that. One, the Holy Gods and Comforter did not do the funeral. I was there, you was there, he did not do the funeral. Two, the brother was in the church. The brother was in the truth. He was in the truth up to the point that he was in a hospice.
Yeah,
he came to the church and
he the one strived.
Right.
He the one did Ecclesiastes, the 4th chapter and the 28th verse.
He was in the truth. So that's a lie. The fact is that you got multiple people that was at the actually at the funeral, you know, and they all know that that's a lie. The Holy Gods and Comforter did not do the funeral.